What's going on, traders? How we doing? Welcome back to Start Swing Trade. We got to take a look into this market, and man, did someone just leave their elbow on that sell button? Because down goes Frazier. SPY down there to 438. Man, it's been what a hit there in the SPY today. And overall, in the Qs, now down to 362.66. Where did the Bulls go? Where you at, Bulls? I'm calling you out, guys. I don't see you guys anywhere out here. What happened? Where's my AI fans? But Nvidia saved the market. It didn't, guys. It didn't. It looks more like a topping event, if anything. Nvidia getting that little push there towards the 500. And now that looks like what? A blow off top. And one thing that I could see here is that you have what? You've had 1, 2, 3. Let me delete that one. 3. And now 4 blow offs here. And normally when I see that kind of action, I'm already starting to expect a turnaround. So at this point, it looks like the AI bubble is finito. Done. That's what I'm seeing. And why? Because comments like we got in, of course, the report just yesterday on Nvidia's report. What are some of the comments that we got, right? Let's talk a little bit about them. Well, the major comment, and I'm going to say it again, I'm going to repeat it. I talked about it this morning on PreMarket Prep. Nvidia's CEO echoed, and this is very important, that $1 trillion of data center is in the process of transitioning into accelerated computing and generative AI. So right now, they don't see the revenues. The companies that are using these data centers, they're just building things. They're not seeing the revenue right now. So the revenue is pushed down the line, further down the line. So the first thing that will have to happen is really good products come out. Then you'll have to actually create revenues to the bottom line. And then we can see the next round of AI really kind of lead. Right now, this tells me that the AI bubble, at least as we know it, could be completely over with. And at least for the short term, it doesn't mean that AI will never come back. And it doesn't mean that AI technology is not important. It's just another hype word for now until the numbers meet the hype, right? And I think that this is what we need to be watching for. So, everybody out there that's screaming AI names, this is when I got to say, I'm going to be pressing the brake pedal against that outlook because the truth is the money is not there. Efficiency has increased. That's one thing I will definitely say. But efficiency is not everything if it can't make it to the bottom line, right? And it seems like you guys see the turnaround in AI today. It went back to 35, right back down to 28. I wouldn't be surprised to see C3 AI back down to 20, $10. Ion Q, another one that I might be coming after in the next couple of days, looking for this to come back down to $9, $7. I don't see this anywhere near even 10. So we'll see what happens with these types of plays. And even a big, strong name like SMCI gets up there to 300 and right back down to 263. Is this a name that I want to have right now? No, I don't. I don't want anything to do with these names. And you guys can see it in technology overall. That was a pretty hefty turnaround. And now, what does this look like, guys, on the daily? I know this is a little bit early, but at the end of the day, this looks like a left shoulder, a right shoulder, and what? A head. So there you guys see the head and shoulders outlook. Now it's going to be, can technology, this sector outlook, come breaking through this 9,000? If it does, we could start seeing the let go of the technology names. One thing that I could see today, it seemed like it was profit taking. That's for sure. Let's go to the Qs. You guys we'll go to the high cap names. Let's go to the leadership. Look at Apple down big. Microsoft down 3.53%. It was just looking like it was making its way back. That's a hard rejection right there. Google, that was looking really good. One of the best daily charts. Now right back down. You can see it, this little trend line. It was looking like, okay, now we got 135 in the play. Well, there you go. Right back down. Nvidia, right back down. Tesla, right back down. Meta, right back down. It just seemed like it was complete destruction in technology today, wherever you go looking. Even discount stores taking a hit today. Costco down big there. AZN, Netflix. Netflix was ripping on Wednesday into the close. There you guys see it, right back down. So it doesn't look good here at all for technology names, especially like an AMD, right? This looks horrible for AMD. AMD could be right back into the double digits. We'll see what happens. It does not look good here for pretty much stocks all around. AMD's down 8% from the open. This is not looking good, team. To me, this shows a lot of profit taking by maybe even institutional action, not even just retail, but the big boys taking the money off the table. So all those analysts that came in and even the upgrade on SMCI today, man, might have not been the time to put it in a 250 price target. That might have been a little bit closer, right? So to neutral, it comes right back down. So, hey, you know how it is. We're going to keep watch to see what happens on these stocks, but it's a quick turnaround here. And now it's just going to be kind of watching what can bring us back up. I don't think it's going to be Jackson Hole tomorrow, right? If anything, it could be bringing us further down. And so that's where I really draw the concerns. Another thing to take a look at is look at the financials. Financials were in the green today, and now they're coming back into the red. This is something that I want to keep an eye out. Will we just see some more global bank concern, some more regional bank concern? This is what I'm going to keep a very close eye. I don't trust the KRE one bit on the way back. And if it can't get back to 45s, it could be right back down to 40. We will see what happens to the KRE as it's turned around pretty quickly. All right, time to catch up with you guys in the chat. You guys out there, smash the like, and we can talk about my trading outlook. We can take a look into technology. But man, boo-hoo. I like that one, John B. We'll see what else is going on there. SQQQ's purchase yesterday paying off. It doesn't look too bad. Buckley, what's going on? How we doing? Shubham, I have not seen you in my mail. Maybe it's getting to my might be getting into my junk email. I'll take a look there. Vape King, what's up out there? Raz, what the F happened? So glad that's the title. I'm telling you guys, because it just seemed to me like it was a profit-taking event here. And Dennis definitely warned today, and he could clearly see that, the truth was that it just didn't seem like it was going to be a just complete rampant up today. It seemed like we were seeing some leaking today in the bigger boys really quickly out the gates and in the pre-market. What do you trust at this point, Money Mitch? Well, that's a really good question, Raz, because the truth is there is not much to trust in this market right now. And if I take a look here, and I always like to look at just the sectors, right? If we take a look here at energy looks good, but it's also starting to turn around. This looks very similar to how industrials looked at the top. Like if I just scoot this over here, doesn't this look very similar to how energy looks right now? And I'll go back and I'll show you it. Look at this. Doesn't that look very similar? Yeah, it looks a little bit head and toppy. It looks like that's starting to top out also. And what did I see today? Well, WTI goes right back below the 80s, went down to 78. Now it's hanging out there in the 79. But if it keeps going underneath 79 and working its way down to lower 70s, yeah, I could see this coming right back down. So keep your eyes to see what happened on oil overall. But energy doesn't look good. Let's go to communication services. This doesn't look good. This looks like it's falling off and yeah, barely holding on to support, but nothing that I want to get right now. Financial services. We already have seen those and how that has fallen off and how certain stocks here have some big concerns. Then we go into basic materials, and that doesn't look good either, right? And so it just doesn't look good anywhere around. Where does it look good, guys? I'm not seeing it anywhere look good. Utilities bounced today, and even that was short lived, back into the red. Real estate, back in the red today. Defensives, I was thinking, I was like, okay, so I go play PG today. It did get the lift and never bounced after that. I actually got stopped out on this name right here at the 153.20s. And I was thinking, okay, well, maybe we're just going value. Nah, not even value. This is when I start getting concerned about the market, because the truth is nothing wanted to rotate into today. I thought we'd rotate to some value names. Maybe we'd see Deere up. Maybe we'd see some GARP plays, some growth at reasonable value, right? Maybe we see some kind of your standard like Coke, defensive, straight staples. I even tried to play Coke today. Still couldn't get this one. And it did give a little bit of a pop, but even then, it's starting to get hit. What does this tell me? That the market doesn't want anything to touch anywhere. Normally, we see a rotation somewhere, going to the value names, going to the grocery stores, the defensive, the staples. Not happening right now. Uncertainty all around this market. I think a lot of bulls got caught today with, the mentality that, oh, but Nvidia killed it. Nvidia killed it. I still couldn't save the market. All right, let's keep going. We'll take a look at some other action in the market. We could talk even about my swing trades. And I'm telling you, there's not often that you see me with 3 positions and 3 of them in the red. AAL from 1496 now down to 1460s. Going to keep an eye on this. I do want to stay in these American Airlines, but I'm also letting it pull back and giving it a chance here in the 1450s to bounce. I don't want to be adding until I start seeing the green coming back through 15, and then I can keep adding to the position as it works to the upside. If not, I'll have to cut it. Where would I cut it? Below 14s. And so right now it's about $1 risk and looking for it to come back up through 15. And then it's a nice, $2 to $3 upside outlook. So it doesn't look too bad there. We'll just see if it can start turning around. Nobody buying in this bloodbath. And I agree, Cyber. There was just no buying around. That's the truth. All right, let's take a look at what else is going on. And I this morning, I was even talking about like CCL, right? And AAL and thinking what could happen there. It doesn't look good. CCL right back down. Carnival Cruise Lines. RCL right back down. Leisure right back down. Marriott was green earlier, and that looks like a Head and Shoulders top forming there. So even on like a Hilton, right back down. HTHT, right back down. It just doesn't look good here, guys. It's not much at all. And I was in a defensive name like RTX, and I'm already thinking about cutting this position. I have a stop ready to go here, and I'm thinking about just cutting it right now, but I'm going to hold off the 85. And that's really where I'm holding off right now. But if that cuts, I'm out of here on RTX. And then WFG, even a lumber wood production company. I'm going to hold it to the bottom of this range to 75. But other than that, if it cuts 75, I got to get out of here. We'll see what happens on these names. It just doesn't look good anywhere I look. And there's very rare times where I look into the market and I can't find anything that looks good. That's telling me something. Are you allowed to keep positions open overnight on Trade the Pool platform? Yes, you are, Francis. And you are now allowed to even close them in pre and after hours. So if you do see like a position that you might close in the after hours, you can. And you can close it in the morning too and open new positions. Now, of course, I would refer to Trade the Pool platform so that you can know the exacts for that. But yes, you can, France. I could talk about that also, but like always, I want to keep going to the trading action, but I caught your question in the chat. Michael's looking at JetBlue. I don't know, man. This doesn't look good. We'll see what happens. JetBlue is down there to $6. Could be going lower. This is lower than the pandemic low. This could be coming to 5, 4. Who knows? JetBlue, not looking good here, guys. All right, let's keep going. Let's go to Microsoft. That doesn't look good. Now down to 320s and the Qs making another leg lower. Is that's what's happening? Oh my God. Guys, the leaking is just ridiculous today, guys. It is a lot of leaking out there. Man, did not expect this. I'll tell you that. I'm pretty much ready to get out of a lot of positions right now, as it just doesn't look good. I hope someone was able to grab some SQQQ, because that's about the only thing that's going to be looking good right now. As you're seeing this lift off today, success with a big push up. Man, look at that. Semiconductor bear outlook today, coming from the 930s today up there to 1080s. This could have been a monster trade right here. It's not the not looking good podcast. Yeah, 100%. And it's what's terrible is it's not just one name, right? Like sometimes we think about it like, oh, it's in a certain area. Look at the cybersecurity stocks today. Look at Pan W, which is the leader in this space. Down after really good earnings. CrowdStrike, SmackDown. Oh man, it just doesn't look good. Some people that were thinking that maybe Square could hold on to that 56 area, 50 area. Oh man, it's gonna have to hold on pretty quickly because it's looking like it wants to cut through there. Palantir, right back down. It started getting a lift yesterday. It's starting to get hit again. None of these looking good today. No, that had decent earnings. It wasn't too bad. Gets hit right back to the 148. And even an apparel name like ANF not being able to hold on today. And Guess. Guess definitely had a nice little lift off towards the bell. Now it's starting to break down. That even goes to show you that even a strong name is starting to kind of cut down here. It did make it a little bit of a lift, but doesn't look good by any means. Like, look at Best Buy. Look at the last couple of days in Best Buy. Takedown there. Lulu, where I was looking to see this one get a takedown. And man, did I miss this trade by one day. Should have taken this yesterday into the 378, 380 area. I was worried about the Nvidia trade driving stocks higher, and I missed this trade, which was just probably could have been one of my best trades of the year. From 378, where I was looking at it yesterday, should have been the outlook, down to 361. And that's just how it goes sometimes, team. Sometimes you're going to miss the trade because you're focused on something else, right? Well, today I was focused on something else. I was looking at some technology, didn't catch that Lulu takedown. And man, was it a good takedown today. I mean, just look at the daily chart. That doesn't look good by any means. Now it looks like it could head to this gap right here and could be starting to fill the gap on the downside. We'll see what happens there in Lulu. And I don't think it's looking good in any apparel store. I don't want to be anywhere near this area right now. Burlington had good earnings today, right back down. Even Ross Stores that was starting to make a new high gets the hit today. So whether this is showing us that recession's coming, whether this is showing us that the slowdown's coming, whether this is showing us that healthcare can't even hang on either, this is not looking good, guys. And so from here on out, there's going to need to be some kind of shakeup tomorrow to the upside, because if it doesn't, it's definitely going to be scary tomorrow. I'll tell you that much, especially with Jerome Powell coming in, because I don't think he's going to make this market go up. At least I don't feel that way. So we'll have to find out what happens tomorrow at Jackson Hole. That's going to be definitely important. But hey, you guys out there, throw up stocks. We can take a look. I don't think there's anything that looks good right now. Disney, where does the mouse go? Let's take a look. All right. Whoa, man. This so much for support, right? Support until it isn't. Clearly on Disney right now, it isn't. Let's go to the monthly charts. Let's see where the next layer in the monthly charts will show us. And so we're cutting through the 90s. Next layer is going to be this little bunch up towards the 80s, but we're close there. 82. And so this is crazy to think that this is a 200 moving average off the monthly, and we're coming to it. This is not looking good for Disney. You're back down towards 2014 prices. Not looking good at all here, guys. This could be back down to 80s. Next layer from there will be 67. Who knows? Disney could be a $50 stock. I've talked about that. Dennis was like, I'll buy it at 50. I was like, man, I don't want this thing at all. I don't want Disney at all. I don't think it'll ever get back there to 200. I really don't think Disney will get back there. All right, let's keep going. We'll see what else is going on. How's McDonald's doing? Well, we might have to start shopping at McDonald's the way that this market's looking. But even McDonald's pulling back today and turning around. Of course, it hasn't broken this trend. So as long as it can keep that, you're not looking too bad. But we'll find out. I'm still in the firm. Scary with earnings tonight. Yeah, that's scary to me. I can't tell you what to do with it, Jenny, because the truth is it's your decision, right? But I think these kind of growth names right now are scary to me. I think they could easily come right back down. Like even like a Carvana that made a move all the way from 10 to 54. I think this could be back down to 20s, maybe even 25, maybe 50% retracement of the recent move, right? And so that would put us closer towards what? I put us closer towards the 33 spot. So that looks a lot more like it could get down there at least. And then we'll see if it keeps coming down. All right, let's keep going. What other ones are being mentioned in the chat? Hit the like button like always, guys. We'll see what else is going on. This is a real Grimmins shake today. Yeah, it's definitely a shake. And you can either get stopped out and get shake. But the truth is, it's how do you hold on to longs in a shakedown like today? It's very difficult. Even my positions that like AAL that's going into the red, positions that are normally defensives on a day like today will get the lift. It's not getting the lift today. Mystery Man said, I got 6 debit spreads on the SPY right now. Hey, we'll see what else is going on. It's 3:56. We got about 4 minutes left here till we wrap up the market, and it doesn't look like we're going to stop the bleeding anytime soon. Was thinking that maybe we'd get a little bit of some push back, right back towards the VWAP towards the close. And look how the Qs never went to the VWAP today. The VWAP being this orange line for me, and it just didn't come back. And that's important. That shows us straight weakness. That shows us constant what? Constant bidding action on the move down. So just bid. And that's how the algos can just do a continuous takedown attempt here. We'll see what happens if Nvidia could ever come back. But there's some stocks that really are looking ugly, like AMD. Like that was a huge takedown today on the monthly and weekly. And now it looks like it just wants to break right back down here towards the 95s and the 90 spot. All right, let's keep going. Apple and the Qs don't feel like acknowledging the VWAP since yesterday. Yeah. And very few stocks will do that, right? A lot of the times we'll get at least a move back to VWAP, like kind of how you got here, right? Where Apple dumped and it came back and then dumped away. Look at Nvidia today. Nvidia did go back to that VWAP, and you can see it here. So that shows like a little bit of some buying coming back into the market. But in the Qs, it just wasn't there at all. In Microsoft, it was very short-lived. It was just like Apple, very short at the beginning, came back close to the VWAP, and then got smacked right back down. And this has been one of my big indicators for the market. Well, would Microsoft make its way back? Because that's the AI stock, right? Chat GPT, all Microsoft, right? Well, the truth is, it's not getting the lift that it expects. We will see what happens today. And life lessons with Lou. Yeah, it's definitely a trader's Epsom salt bath kind of day. You might have to throw the portfolio in there too. Just throw the phone in there. Keep it in there till tomorrow. Nah, full disclosure. Don't break your phone. Don't come calling me. Let's see what else happens out there. Tesla, not looking good. You know, it's a company that I'm worried about. I'm worried about like Ford. I'm worried about GM. I think they might go through their 52-week low. I think you could see these stocks like GM being down there, right back down there towards kind of where it was in the pandemic, where it's back down towards like 28, 26, 24. These stocks don't look good. And why? Because there could be a strike looming in, of course, the UAW, and that could definitely shake up Ford. It could shake up GM. It could also hurt some of the automakers. Stellantis, I think, could come down also with this, where all of a sudden, boom, it just gets smacked back down towards like 16, 15s. I'll tell you what, I don't feel confident about many areas of this market. If anything, there's a lot of negatives in the market right now. All right, I'm throwing that in the pool. Yeah, throw some Epsom salt in the pool. Maybe it'll help out. All right, guys, that's all you're going to do it for today. It's 4 o'clock. It is just a beating type of day, guys. And these are the days where I don't try to take a lot of shots, because the truth is, me taking shots today is just asking for me to get wrecked tomorrow with Jackson Hole. We will have to find out what happens tomorrow from Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell, of course, at the central bank's annual symposium, Jackson Hole. We'll find out from the big bad wolf tomorrow. Like always, you guys can keep watching Benzinga. We'll be back tomorrow morning for pre-market prep. Pre-market prep starts at 8 a.m. Eastern. It's our flagship show, of course. We'll have Dennis Dick that called the markets today. Joel Elconin. We'll take a look at what happened today. And is the AI bubble done? We'll just have to find out. But definitely a lot of tech selling today. Was it just profit taking? That's at least how I see it. You guys let me know. Hit the comments after the show's over. And let me know, what are you guys liking in this market? Because it doesn't seem like there's much out there.